welcome back to Sal's Table. I just thought I'd take a quick opportunity. My children are at kids' parties and away. I just wanted to recap about my previous Sal's Table chat in relation to my gender fluid child, my trans child, as she will call herself. Mum, I am transgender, which I just adore. I adore nothing more than my children being clear of who they are and what path they want to walk down today. So I actually looked back on my previous Sal's Table chat about this topic, and I really want to expand on the premise of your child having a safe environment. And I wanted to really hone in on the premise of manipulating your environment to accommodate your child's essence and who they are. This is really important. As I mentioned, we are our children's advocates. They didn't choose to be born. They didn't choose to pop up on earth. We chose that. And so we have to provide them an environment of harmony, love, respect, and a place to thrive. So when talking about your child and their essence, sometimes, and I know for a fact because I have given birth to a child with a significant anxiety disorder, some children, and let's face it, they are children, some adults struggle to set boundaries and set rules for the people in their world to abide by, to honour them. So to put the responsibility on your child to be strong and resilient and independent and clear of who they are when they're 10 or primary school age is a really big expectation. So it's up to us as guardians and caregivers to provide an environment and a network that scaffold and protect our children. So I have always taught my children to find their people. So wherever that is, even when they were young, but aware that you could talk to them and they were aware of safety, that they will always look for me, that I will always be around or find a safe place. If you lose me, you go and find a mum with a pram or we'll meet at this spot, just to give them a sense of, okay, where are my people? So that was really important for me and my children, because my children both have, sensitive needs and social needs that sometimes other members of the community, for lack of knowledge, don't recognise or acknowledge. So for me, it was important that I taught my children how to find their people. And really, as parents, we choose those people for them. So, and that's all about, I like to talk about their A-team. So their A-team is you. Guardians, parents, loved ones, caregivers, whoever is in their environment and caring for them and providing them with food and love and cuddles and medical treatment and schooling, everyday activities, the people in their home, in their house, which is their safe place. So you are their A-team. The members of my A-team is also my sister, my parents, also my children's father's parents, their children, my children's father's sibling. They're the A-team. They're the people that know who my children are, the essence of my children, how their fears, their strengths, their personality traits in line with our belief systems as well. Our B-team, it's very important, our B-team are our close community. So for me, when my children started to display different behavioural signs or expressions that were traditionally different to other children, I had a group of strong women that are my people. I always get emotional about my beautiful friends, who you all know who you are, that I would put my children's lives in their hands and know that they were safe and knew the diagnoses of my children and how that presents. So they were our B team, and also our extended family. So my aunties and uncles and cousins and things, they were B team. Also the educators, our wellbeing team, our network at the Children's Hospital, at the gender clinic, Joshy's paediatrician and therapists, they were our B team, our psychologists, they were our network, they were our people that knew how we played the game of life and the rules of this game of life that we play every day. And everyone else is out to sea. So, and the people that we put out to sea are the ones, now I have to really be nice here, are the ones that don't identify with our essence, what makes us tick, who we are, as well as respect on a diversity level. So you need to make sure, and it is really paramount, that you have those people around you, the A and the B team, and your children know where to find them and how to contact them. So for Beau, we've had certain situations when Beau was prior to social transitioning, which was changing of pronouns when she was 7. There was a particular situation in a shopping centre where 2 members of the community in their 50s were being quite vocal about Beau as a little, it was clearly Beau had little pixie haircut, a little boy haircut, little impish face in a Rapunzel dress. And one of these human beings chose to say quite loudly behind us that, oh yes, my grandson has one of those sorts of children at their school. Now the hairs on the back of my neck prickled because my sympathetic nervous system was kicking off. So it was very important at that moment in time I could make a choice. So how I reacted to that. So I made a choice very early on for respect for Beau. Beau's always been a private little person, to always be discreet and respectful to Beau. So always mindful of my behaviour when I was around Beau, because I knew that it would be a learning tool for Beau, because our children are always watching us and always listening. So these human beings saw me prick up, and I turned around and Beau was with me. And one of them said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear me?" And I just said, very respectfully, with a poker face, "I heard you, but I'm not listening." So for me, that pretty much made it clear to this person that I was putting a full stop on this discussion, because it was very clear. And in between that, the initial comment, there were other comments that were made about celebrating the essence of a child who is gender diverse. So I made that choice to be quite discreet and be respectful at all times. And I really wanted to make this point because I believe change for me, and it was quite true in my environment and in Bobo's environment, that I like to educate with kindness and openness. Because whether we like it or not, since the dawn of time, there has been socially, economically, there has been belief systems ingrained within our community, our ethnicity, without, becoming too sort of involved in politics and ethics and all that sort of thing. It was, for me, I believe that change, you motivate and change with kindness, but with an intent to communicate the basic rules, which is kindness and respect. So for me, I would, when Beau was transitioning, or even was just the little boy in a dress at the age of 2, we would receive a lot of attention in the community, a lot of questions and my parents live in my suburb as well, so their generation, their friends in our community also had questions, concerns, just inquisitive about who Beau is, and you could argue, none of their business. What does it matter? What does it matter if, what your child is wearing, or the hair, or they're not hurting anyone? But for me, it became clear that it was an identification for Beau, and I really wanted to set up a community that was going to scaffold my children. I didn't want to be a big monster that was quite fanatical and radical. In saying that, there has been great change and progression in a community because of radical members of the community. Sometimes you have to for things to change, you have to get a little bit radical and fanatical about things, and that's great. But for me, what worked for my community and for my child was to be discreet, polite, kind, but also communicate an expectation, which is respect and kindness towards my child, and inclusivity. So to always include all children within our community and honour who they are. So that's all I want to say today about that. When I looked back onto my previous sales table, I really felt like I didn't expand on that enough, because it's really important to teach your children where to find their people, where to find their safe place, who to go to if you're not there. Because in some cases, we aren't always there. So again, thank you for tuning in. I'm hoping that what I'm disclosing, what I'm sharing, resonates with you or helps you, because I know it can be a very confusing journey. But again, every child is different, and I keep saying you just need to lean in. You need to be really play detective, really drill down to what makes your child tick, and provide that environment for them to thrive. So again, it's a tradition. I want you to, at the end of the day, look in that mirror and say, you've got this, you're doing a great job, you are the advocate for your child, and you're amazing. So tune in next time. Bye. Have a good afternoon.